Okay, so I'm going to talk about the code of the program. I'll talk about the first part, which is the Microbit 2.0, which is basically is the one with the breadboard on it. You have to import radio and speech, and then I do use floor so I can round down on the functions. This is the main function, it's just initializing a few things, nothing too big important there. This is the while loop. This is what actually contains the logic. So this basically calls the functions that I create. As you can see, it calls the button press A, button press B, and then, anyways, that's all right there. And then the scroll function, display degrees, fan control, brightness. The important part is the actual functions here that are get called over and over again. We have here how to display the Fahrenheit symbol with a little dot. As you can see right there, that's the image. And then we have the fan control. So if the temperature is over a target temperature, it sends digitals 1 to the pin, to pin 1, or digital 0. So obviously turn on or turn off. And that goes to the what do you call it? The transistor. And then from the transistor it goes to the fan. The next thing is how to set the temperature. Here we're just controlling the A and the B button, and then we're recursively calling either increasing by 1 or decreasing by 1, depending on what we want to set the temperature at. And then next we have the brightness control. We read from the actual LEDs on the microbit, and then we send out a signal, a 1 or a 0, depending if you want to turn on the LED or turn off the LED, and that goes to pin 16. But you can choose any pin you want, obviously, or not any pin you want, but there are quite a few choices for it. The next one is the noise control. So if we receive noise, we say be quiet. I spell it like this because if you look online, it kind of tells you how everything is the syllables kind of work. So I felt that one said be quiet better than actually typing be quiet. I played around with it for a little bit. So the next one is custom sleep. The custom sleep is just a way for me to I didn't want to, I'm sure that you can do multi-threading on this, but I didn't want to mess with that. So I just created my own sleep so I can, while we're actually sleeping, I can actually check these things over here. So kind of like an option to the multi-threading. So every time we're sleeping, we're checking for noise control, brightness control, and the radio. And this is how you send the radio when the pin logo is touched. I turn on the radio, I reset it, and here's where you actually configure the radio, which is how it has to be configured on the other side, on the other microbit. And then here's you send the word help. Let me just delete this right here so we can, this is the code for the other microbit. So microbit 1.0, this is the one that's going to receive. Here you import radio, and then you have the receive here. So if the message you receive is equal to help, it's going to display it as a string, which is what we saw. We have the shake, which checks the accelerometer, and then if it's shaken, it displays this right here 3 times. And then finally, we have the compass, which you can take a look at it. It's just NESW, depending. Obviously, you have to calibrate it first, and then after that, I did plus 45 because I want it to look like. Let me see if I don't have the ping here, but anyways, it's so that it's like this, like kind of like a V, instead of like this, each one of the coordinates, and that's pretty much it.